Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis, and today's be a pretty quick video. I just want to show you a Bulbo film, actually, which is a genus that I don't typically grow, but it's Bulbophyllum romyii, and it's a really cool sort of newish species that was discovered, I believe, by Bill Toms, and not too long ago. I'll look up the year and put it down here, just below where I'm talking. But basically, it's very similar to several of the other species. Fascinator, for example. In fact, I think it was a synonym of fascinator until it wasn't, until it was discovered to be its very own thing. And if you see it in real life, it's quite a bit different than its close relative. This one it's a little larger, a little chunkier, a little meatier, I think, and a little more sort of a gray-purple rather than a red. But let's turn the camera around and take a look at this. This is the first bloom on this particular one, so I'm pretty excited about it. Alright, so here is the flower itself, and I'm glad there's a bit of a breeze because you can see how these tassels move in the wind. In fact, I'm going to zoom in slowly. Oops. Now you can really see how those tassels move, and bulbophyllums are such a cool genus. You know, they're typically fly pollinated, and they typically stink. And they stink very often of dead, rotting flesh to bring in, as you can imagine, flies. And so a lot of their appendages are designed to look like rotting flesh, as you can see here. This is warty and sort of these off colors, and you can see that these little appendages here flap in the breeze and maybe resemble other flies. So it's also got this really long tail that goes down, and I'll zoom out here in a sec so you can see the full flower, but really cool. Rotate this over here and get the camera to lock, and you can see it's just a fuzzy, weird thing. One of the defining characteristics of bulbophyllums are that they've got a hinged lip. And so you can kind of see it. So if the breeze was really blowing hard, this lip would actually flap in the breeze. And I don't really know what that's for. I suspect that's for the flies to land on it, and that somehow aids the pollination, but I'm not entirely sure how that works. And if you know, please let me know in the comments, because bulbophyllums are not my specialty. I know very little about them, to be honest. But I knew that when I saw this one, I really wanted to pick it up and grow it, because it is unusual, and I got this from Bill Toms before he retired, and it is colchicine treated, so hopefully this is a polyploid plant. And I'm actually glad that I filmed this. You can see the media is breaking down. It's just sphagnum in a shallow pot, and it's pretty bad. So the bulbs are starting to shrivel. The leaves are getting a little wrinkled, but it's putting out a new growth along with this flower. So I've already got, let's see, you can see a new root nubbin forming right here. So this is a good time to repot and get that thing freshened up, and back on track. And here again is the zoomed out flower in all its glorious weirdness. Oh, and also I've got a bonus plant. I am watering the orchids today in the greenhouse, and I noticed that my Catt lueddemanniana is blooming. So I'm looking at it right here. It is super nice. It's two rubra parents, and the flower came out super rubra. So this is a really nice one. It's a first bloom, so the shape is not great, but holy cow, is the color intense. Let's take a quick look. Check this out. So this is an insanely intense rubra color, and you can see the parents. So Typically when you get a Cattleya with Canaima in the background, that comes from Michael Sin's breeding. And to my knowledge, Michael is not doing any breeding right now, but he is a Venezuelan expat who lives here in the United States, and he was a breeder for many years. And it kind of bounced around between California and Florida and Georgia, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, so this comes from his line of breeding, and his plants are just amazing. So it's kind of a weird one. Like, the flowers are pointing towards the sky. So you can see from the side that they're kind of pointing upwards, which is not something that I've really seen on a lueddemanniana before. But you know, the spacing of the flowers is kind of cool. It'd be nice if they're a little more spaced out, but they overlap nicely, actually. So in addition to the color just being intensely rubra, you know, you can see that the lip here is just dark, dark, dark. But it's also kind of weird shaped. So it's like each flower has this little notch taken out of the bottom here, which is not normal for a lueddemanniana. So this should come across here. And so it's things like this that make me say that it's kind of a wonky shape. The petals and sepals are forward, and they're really pinched. So they're kind of pinched right here. So typically lueddemanniana can come straight out of the jungle and just be flat as a pancake. But these to me are the types of things that a first bloom often does, just generally for Cattleyas. So, you know, when you get one that's like this, it's its first bloom, the shape is off, but the color is really outstanding. You know, you definitely want to give it a second and probably even a third chance. The other interesting thing is you can see these sort of markings here on the petals and sepals, where it's light colors against the darker background. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Again, that could also be tied to the fact that it is a young plant. It's a large plant. You can see I have potted it up several times. So I got it as this size, and then I potted it up to this one, and then to this one, and then to this larger pot. And so, you know, if you're using high quality orchiata or orchid bark in general, this stuff lasts so long that you most certainly can pot up and just keep using the same pot over and over again for many, many years, and just keep dropping your old pot into something larger. So really cool. You can see in there, just, I don't know, I'm a little flabbergasted by how dark this is. It's not one, I haven't seen a lueddemanniana this dark in real life, so for those of you who have, let me know, were the clones from Michelson as well, or from other places? But anyway, enjoy. Talk to you later.